So I got the TS9 here. I've had it for a little while now. I'm gonna show you everything I know about it. So what's cool about the TS9 is that it probably has one of the most interesting battery compartments I've seen, at least in terms of how you open it. Like no other pedal I've seen has this kind of battery compartment where you just pop it open like that. It's super simple and straightforward. Even the foot switch on it is quite a bit different than other pedals. You know, usually they kind of have, it's just one small switch, or it's kind of like the Boss pedal switch, but this one's different. In terms of how you use a power supply for it, pretty much any 9-volt port on your power supply is going to work just fine. So in terms of where I put the TS9 in my signal chain, let's imagine that the guitar is on the right side there, goes into the tuner, envelope filter, or the wah, and then compression, EQ, and then drive, distortion. You know, people will say it's up to personal preference, and it is, but let's be real, that's a bit of a cop-out. Most of us are going to be putting the compression, or excuse me, the drive and the distortion somewhere after compression and other dynamics pedals. There's really only 3 controls in the TS9. You got the drive, you got the tone, and you got the level. So the drive, of course, that's just adjusting how much overdrive you have, or how much gain, how much distortion. The tone, in simple terms, that's just determining how much treble you have in your sound. And then the level is the output level. It's the total volume of your signal. One thing that's worth mentioning about the TS9 is that it has a buffer bypass. So it's always gonna be like, you know, strengthening and conditioning your signal. It's not true bypass, which is kind of good because, you know, you can't have it where all your pedals are true bypass. So now that we got all that out of the way, I'm gonna show you 5 cool settings to use with the pedal. And then I'm gonna compare and contrast the TS9 with some of my other pedals. I'm just gonna say right now that I absolutely hate using the treble pickup. So each of these settings, it's been kind of shaped to be my own thing, despite the fact that it was inspired by some other player. And another thing I should say is that if you saw my pedal board earlier, I've also got a compressor and I'm using a chorus as well and some reverb. So yeah, you should know those things. Anyway, so the first one was kind of inspired by Stevie Ray Vaughan. I ended up turning it, as I said, I turned it into my own thing in the end, but that's where I kind of got the setting for. Each of these is inspired by someone. The next one is a Gary Moore type thing. There's a little bit more gain on this one, and because of that I just love to play with no rhythm or nothing in the background. I just wanted to show what it sounded like. I think it sounds great. The next one is more of a Fish vibe. It's more mellow, it's more chill, it's a little fuzzy and warm. It's pretty cool. The next one was me trying to imitate guitarists from Arctic Monkeys, the song 505, but I ended up making some Phrygian sounding, you know, minor second, exotic kind of music. Kind of sounds cool. the final one is an imitation of Kirk Hammett on Fade to Black. Even kind of have a similar riff going on there. But apparently he loved to use the TS9 back in the day. I'm not sure what he uses now, but you can certainly get a Fade to Black intro solo type vibe with it. So just for fun, we're going to compare my other overdrive pedals to the TS9. So the Electro Harmonic Soul Food, as well as the JHS Morning Glory, the version 4. And put the compression on. See how that sounds. Anyway, you get the idea. Let's try the JHS. Get some more gain on it. Anyway, that's all for the video. I hope you learned something from it.